Every morning, Steve Jobs looked at himself in the mirror and asked one simple question. If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? If the answer was no for too many days in a row, he knew something had to change. Think about that. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Today. Most people wake up and check their phone. Steve Jobs woke up and checked his life. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be successful yet. But you do need clarity in the morning. Because how you start your day is how you start your life. Steve Jobs was not born confident. He was adopted. He dropped out of college. He failed many times. But one thing made him different. He refused to live someone else's life. He said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." Yet most people do exactly that. They live for society. They live for approval. They live for comfort. And slowly, their dreams disappear. Ask yourself honestly, are you living your life? Or just following a routine? Wake up, scroll, eat, work, sleep, repeat. That's not life. That's survival. Steve Jobs didn't want survival. He wanted meaning. He believed remembering death was the most powerful tool in life. Because when you remember life is short, fear loses its power. Fear of failure disappears. Fear of judgment disappears. Fear of trying disappears. What remains is one question. What truly matters? You don't have time to wait. You don't have time to be lazy. You don't have time to keep saying one day. That one day is today. Steve Jobs believed in simplicity, not just in design, but in life. He said, focus is about saying no. No to distractions. No to things that don't matter. No to habits that keep you average. If you want to change your life, start by saying no more often. Every strong morning begins with discipline, not motivation, not mood, discipline. Steve Jobs wore the same clothes every day, so he wouldn't waste energy on small decisions. Because energy is valuable. Ask yourself this morning, where am I wasting my energy? On people who don't care? On habits that destroy me? On comfort that feels good now, but costs me later? You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start. Steve Jobs didn't know Apple would become Apple. He followed curiosity. He trusted the dots would connect later. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the next step. Choose courage today. Choose effort. Choose discomfort. Choose growth. Comfort feels good now. Regret hurts forever. Steve Jobs said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." You don't need permission to believe in yourself. You don't need validation to begin. You just need the courage to try again. Before this day ends, remember this. Your alarm clock didn't wake you up. Life did. And life is asking you one question right now. What are you going to do with today? Don't live the same day again and call it a life. Wake up. Focus. Work. This is your moment.